What is going on, guys? Yeah, 27 minutes is all right. I think I can do it a little bit faster, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm glad I didn't drink anything that day. Turned out pretty well. So thanks for all the congratulations and stuff. That was cool. It was a lot of fun. Able to do that again. I was surprised because I mean the first time we did it, I think I was 49 minutes or something like that. Something crazy. I got a couple of pieces mixed up. And yeah, it was a mess. I just wasn't like focused. This time I was a little bit more focused, so it worked out. I don't know what the market's doing here. Well, we got green a little bit here. I know that we've been going up and down. I think we dipped down to like 8,800 or something like that today, right, on BTC. I've got my main light on because I'm going to show some stuff in the room here, so I'm not going to be able to see the green back there too much. What's up, Cyber Built, Crypto Mining Lifer, Jonas P. Who else we got in here? Sonia Near. Are you saying that, Sonia, are you saying that Brandon's back tonight? And what's up, Techman? Also, what's going on, man? All right, so yeah, like the thumbnail said, and I've discussed this before on previous streams where I was kind of looking at, I've got the rigs in the garage right now, at least some of them. I've only got 3 total, 22 GPUs. It's nothing crazy or anything. So I was thinking about, I've got this little closet over here that is 5 by 5. And I think the ceilings are 10 feet. So it's basically like a perfect little room for the size of, you know, that I would need for just the amount of rigs that I have. Plus, it would offer some, you know, room for growth also because it's tall and I can go a little higher. I can go on each wall. You know, I wouldn't be able to put anything on that wall over there with the door and the wall that has the door on. So I don't only have enough for. I'd only have room to put rigs on 2 walls. I'd have to take the shelves out. I'll show you what the room looks like in a minute on the inside. But you know, there's shelves in there with my box wall and all that stuff, right, from all the GPUs. So I'll have to find out somewhere else to put that. But I would be able to put the 6 GPU rigs would fit 2 side by side on each of those walls. So that would be, you know, 2 over here, 2 over there, right? And so I could go as tall as I needed to on each side. So that would, I don't foresee me getting that many GPUs. So it would actually work out really cool. I would like to have something to be able to test stuff on. So I think that'll work out pretty well. Like if I just buy a GPU just for testing and, you know, doing overclock settings and stuff like that, I think that would work out pretty well. I mean, you could do that anywhere, I get it, but I would like to have, you know, a mining closet. And that actually brings me to my first question for you guys guys and gals, is what should I name it? So like, you know, you got Not Your Normal Miner has the remote garden location, the RGL. Red Panda says my second mining location, I think, is what he calls his, the basement, the one that's in the basement. And then, you know, other various folks call theirs whatever. But then you got Hash Raptor with his mining shed, I think is what he calls it. So he probably needs to come up with a better name than that. But anyway, so I was thinking of, you know, letting you guys kind of determine what it's going to be called. It could be just some examples: mining crypto closet, like crypto closet or mining closet, or crypto locker, or something like mining locker. It could be mining vault, or crypto vault, or crypto mining vault, or something like that, or mining and crypto box or mining box, or something like crypto pit or mining pit, or some variation thereof. So just throw in the comments or in the chat here. It'd probably be better if you drop a comment, because that way it's kind of like stored a little bit easier for me to go through, unless you guys aren't chatting that much. If you're not chatting that much, then I'll be able to find them out. But I think Yes, Savage Box, that might work too. Yeah, something I didn't even think about that. Yeah, something like that would be kind of neat. Naming it after the channel, that would be cool. So anyway, just tell me what you think, what I should call it, and we'll maybe I'll do a small giveaway or something to the one that I choose, the name that I choose for it. I think that might be neat. Let's see here. So let's see. So that's the first thing, and then I also got my first shipment because I've been okay. So in my one closet, or I'm sorry, in my one garage, I do have a 220 outlet. It's a L6 30P, right? No, 30R, because it's the receptacle. And then you've got the 30P, which is the actual plug. I hope I bought the right thing. I gotta figure that out once I open it, because I haven't even opened it. Here's the box. So I know you guys don't even know what it is, but it was basically, I found a really good deal. I think it was a really good deal. It is a discontinued model, but the price was really good, so I went ahead and got it. I will need it. I want to go to 220, 240, 200, 240 volts in the closet, whatever we decide to name it. Savage closet or Savage box, yeah, that would be cool. So whatever I decide to name it, I'm actually either going to pull that one back and drop it into the closet, or just splice into it and then have two. So if I do put a rig out in the garage again, I would have the 240 available. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing in there. That's one thing that I have to do, is pull that and drop that. So anyway, I needed a PDU, and that's what this is. So I bought a PDU, a metered APC PDU, and that's what I'm going to open up tonight. So that's just one part of what we need to look at. But let me get up here and show you the room and everything, so you can you guys can understand what I am talking about, maybe. So this room isn't really that big. This media room here, it's kind of small. It's only about, it's like a standard bedroom size, and a large portion of it is that closet. So I could have picked a better room to do all this in, but so here is the closet. I showed some of you last time, or a couple of streams ago. This is basically what it looks like. It's kind of a mess right now, but I got the wall up here. It's not very well organized because I built a couple of PCs and I've just kind of thrown the boxes up there from the PC builds. But you can see it's pretty high ceiling. I think it's 10 feet, and that's a 5-foot wall right there, corner to corner, and then this is a 5-foot wall right here, corner to corner. So two 6 GPU rigs can fit in there pretty well on each wall, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So what I'm going to probably do is pull the 220 down this wall and put an outlet here. And then I'm going to have to probably cut out make a vent in this area right here, so it can draw in cooler air from outside, because I have a feeling it's going to be pretty hot. Obviously it's not that big of a room, and I'm going to have not a fan, but I'm going to forget the name of them. Like an exhaust fan. I'm looking at those, the inline, obviously an inline ducting fan. I think that what I'll probably do is put it over here at the top above the door, most likely, something like that, and have it. The goal would be to have it organized in a way that I have again, I'm not going to remember the name of all this stuff, but I'll be able to have basically like a switch, not a switch, but a valve that I can flip back and forth to have and then a Y duct, right? So I'm going to want to, in the summertime, have it obviously just eject or exhaust up into the attic. And then in the wintertime, I can have the other part of the Y duct go off into the house, right? So on the other side of that wall back there is the foyer for the house. So if I had a pretty fancy looking little vent up there. It's not going to detract from, you know, the house in any way. So that's kind of like my thoughts on it. I think that that's probably the way I'm going to go with it. And yes, there is an AC vent in there already, but it's a small vent. It does not cool very well. It's not going to cool the room for sure. And I was actually thinking about that too. I might actually at some point have to, depending on how many GPUs I have running, I might have to get one of those little standalone AC units in there. But I think that if I can get the hot air out of there, like if I do a really high powered, you know, I know there's calculations for BTU and not BTU. Is it BTU? No. Calculations for the cubic feet of the space and how often you want it to transfer or replace the air in the space. You know, every minute, you know, there's calculations, and I'm looking at all that because I got to figure out what kind of exhaust fan I'm going to get and how many, what's the word? I hate live streams, man. I can never remember the words. It's an acronym, you know, not BTU. It's the other thing. What is it? CFM. There you go. Thanks, Chris from New Mexico. I feel like such an idiot sometimes. I mean, it's like whenever you're doing a live stream, it's kind of hard to think about these things that you would normally just blurt out with no problem. Yeah, CFM. So I'm looking at the CFMs, you know, to figure out that whole situation and how you also have to take into consideration how much heat is generated in the room too. And I don't know, they probably have calculators for that too. Pretty sure. I think I remember seeing that at some point, but at the time I just kind of looked over it because I wasn't thinking about doing what I'm doing now. So it might have to, hey, what's up, Unknown Crypto? What's up, Serpent? Yeah, so that's kind of what I am looking at doing. I do a lot of planning, so like this is not going to be something I do like this week or anything. I'm definitely going to be looking at this and figuring it out if it's going to work and if it makes sense. So I don't want to make it something that I'm just going to have to take down sometime in the near future. I want it to be more permanent. I don't like redoing things, you know, over and over and over. So I got to make sure that it's going to work no matter what, you know. So I'll look at that, but let's get into, I'm going to open up this box because I haven't opened it up yet. It's just been sitting here. And I want to check out this APC PDU. I think it should be pretty cool. Let's check this thing out. It looks like it is, I want to say I looked at the measurements and it was something like, it almost looks 6 feet. I don't know if it's a full 6 feet though. And I got this off of eBay actually. And I would have, what I really wanted was one of the rack mounted ones. And the reason I was going to get a rack mounted one, actually I don't need to open it like that, do I? I was going to get a rack mounted one because I can set it inside of a 6 GPU Veta frame, right? Now I'd have to probably make my own brackets or whatever, but it would fit inside of there. I looked at the measurements, I saw the measurements, I figured it out, and it was going to fit. So, but the reason I ended up getting this one is because it was such a good deal. So I just couldn't really pass it up. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't think this thing's going to slide out of here like that. It looks like it should though. Let me, I'm going to pick it up and do it like we do the computers, you know? Yeah, this thing's in there. Okay, I'm almost there. Man, they packed this thing really well. It was used, but man, this looks, I don't know how they come brand new, because this definitely looks, this is really good packaging here. They must have used the original packaging, but it is, they said it is used. So. plug real quick. 3 amp. This thing is it's like wrapped pretty tight too. It's got like a cellophane wrap around it, I guess. All right. So like this part right here, this doesn't seem like it's factory, right? So this definitely looks like it was just wrapped like this and then packaged in the original packaging is what it looks like. Do see some scratches and stuff on it already. I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. And the description said that there was, you know, some scratches and stuff on it, so not worried about that too much. Gotta be a better way of doing this. If I could find the end, I could just unwrap it. Maybe it's on the other end here. I'm like a kid at Christmas. All right, we got a little piece here, it looks like. They definitely did not want this cable to go anywhere. Got zip ties on it and everything. It's taking me longer to get this unpackaged than it took me to build that betta frame. It's not smart. It's it is metered though, Nemesis, which is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to be able to monitor the amps and all that stuff. I don't think it's smart anyway. Actually, you know what? They did mention that it was going to be cleared, so I imagine that there's some type of well, here it's a 7841 APC 7841. It's like a discontinued model. But I don't think it's that old. Yeah, it's got some pretty serious scratches on it. Not too bad though. So I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing here. So I don't even have the C14 cables or anything like that. I don't have anything. This is all I've got so far. But it does have it must have some type of, yeah, I'm just not that familiar with it, but it does have an RJ45 jack here. I'll have to check into that part of it. You guys probably know way more than me about that stuff. Does have the, was it L30P? So what I'll probably do, it's got mounting capabilities. Looks like maybe it doesn't have. So this is, normally this would like slide into a rack, right? Because it's called a 0U. So it would slide into a rack and you know, not take up rack space, right? So it's like on the side of it. And so I don't know how I'm going to mount it in the closet. You know, it'll probably just be, I'll probably have to design some type of bracket for it. It looks like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess these are all standard holes here, but it almost looks like they drilled their own holes in it, but maybe not. They look kind of rough though. But yeah, so there you go. So now I can consolidate and get everything, because right now the rigs are spread out all over the house, and you know, it's just not really efficient. I mean, I could be looking at it the wrong way. It might be a blessing that they're actually all over the place, but it would seem like, I don't know, in my mind, I don't know if it's OCD or what, but in my mind I kind of want all of them in one spot, you know. Probably just a silly plan of mine, but it just, to me, it would just make more sense to have them all in one spot. But then you have to worry about the heat, you know, and all that stuff that we've already talked about. So let me check the chat, see what you guys are up to. Yeah, there's those inline duct fans or exhaust fans that are really quiet. That's another thing I got to be careful of. It can't be too loud, because this is my movie room, my media room, you know, computer room and all that. So it can't be too loud. So that's another thing I might have to look at doing is getting some of that studio foam or something like that to put on the around all the walls and the door, just to kind of deaden the sound depending on how loud it's going to be. There's only, I mean, this rig right here is running right next to me. It's super quiet. I've got it tuned down like pretty low, so it's low power draw. And the rig out there, the one rig over here in this garage is it's kind of loud, but not too bad. And then the other rig is about the same. They're probably, dB levels are probably about the same on those. But this one here is like super quiet. This is the only NVIDIA rig I got right now. And it's like, you can't even hear it running at all. So, pretty cool. What is up, Red Panda? Yeah, I think that this might be kind of a cool little project if I can. Hopefully, I can follow through with it. I've still got the whole wiring thing to do. The closet, you know, the component closet, the running all the HDMI cables and all the other cables, you know, up in the attic and all that. I still have all that to do too. But I figured, again, this, you know, the only reason I bought this is because I saw it and it was a really good deal, so I got it. I think, I want to say it was $90 shipped, something like that. It wasn't bad. And for a PDU like that, I think that that's a pretty good price, because I mean, if you were to buy, I think brand new, they're like 500 or something like that for the latest, you know, latest brand new in the box. I think it's an 8841, something like that. So, you know, I couldn't really pass it up. I knew I needed it eventually, so I figured I would go ahead and grab it. But I don't know if I'm going. We got to name the room first, and I like the Savage box. That's a pretty good name. But we got to name the room first, and then we'll just keep plugging away at it. I think it'll be a neat little project. I just need a lot more GPUs, because 22 in that closet is gonna not fill it up, like not even close. But again, I want to do it slowly so that I can monitor the heat and make sure I don't, you know, have to do something drastic without planning, right? I want to be able to, I want to plan it out and know what I'm dealing with. I don't want to put it in there, put everything in there, and then find out I don't have enough exhaust and then have to move everything out. I don't want to do that. I want it to be done right the first time. I like doing things right the first time. I think they say, you know, do it right or do it twice, right? So I like doing it right the first time. What kind of video are you wanting to make, Red Panda? Itching to make a video. That's silly. Yeah, so this is 30 amp, I think, maximum for this one. I don't know. All right, so let me see if somebody, Sonia said that Brandon was going live. I'm gonna see if that is true. Back to YouTube live and mining update. Okay, so he looks like he is coming back. So that's at 10 o'clock. Awesome. Is it a oh, it's a premiere. Okay, so that's still cool though. At least he's back. He's got a slick little haircut and everything. So Oh, that would be a good video, Red Panda. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks for that. Yeah, so let's head over there. In about 4 minutes, we'll head over there and check out Brandon Coin's premiere. Good to have him back. I guess he was on not vacation after his wedding, I guess. I don't know. Honeymoon kind of thing, I guess. All right, I will let you guys get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. Probably going to go plug this into the garage, make sure it comes on and looks like it's going to work, so I know that's good. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what the content will be. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a poll or something on Twitter and see what you guys want to cover. But thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure that if you thought that this was entertaining, helpful, any of that stuff, smash the like, share it, all that stuff. Make sure you throw down in the comments what I should name this room. I like the Savage box. That's kind of cool. So let me know, I don't know, tell me what y'all's ideas are, and I'll figure out some type of a little giveaway or something for the one I choose. So I'm not buying any GPUs right now. I was actually looking at 5700 XTs today, but their prices are still crazy, so I'm probably not going to expand that much, not yet. I think that it's just, everybody on here should know that the GPU prices are going up. I think that probably be a little while before I actually expand. Yeah, Savage Cave, that's good too. That's good. I like that. But throw it in the comments so that I can kind of monitor it. I'll try to remember these. Savage Box is good. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an evolution, because like the way that my stuff is set up right now is all over the place. But I think it'll be really cool to have everything in there, and that coupled with what I'm going to do on the networking side, the Wi-Fi and the networking side, it's going to be pretty sweet. I think it'll be pretty sweet, and I'm glad I'm taking my time with it, because in the last house I kind of rushed things. I didn't do a lot of research on all the different things. I ran into a lot of problems. I was trying to run HDMI over Cat6, and using the adapters that you would use to do it, but it just seemed like I was always having problems with it. I'll give you an example. What was happening that was really weird is sometimes whenever you would turn on a light switch, obviously this is an electrical issue, but whenever I turn on a light switch, the TV would go off for a minute. It would lose signal and then come back on. Now, I figured out what that was later on down the road, but I'm just telling you that, like, I like to plan things and make sure it's going to work right the first time. Yeah, I'm with you, Serpent. There's not really a reason that I can see right now to expand, especially on the hobby side. Now, if we had super cheap electricity and we had a warehouse or something like that, sure, let's expand. But with the cost of electricity where we're at, it's not where I'm at. It's not gonna be good. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Head over to Brandon Coin. I will see you tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.